Hello, I'm going to make rapini broccoli with olive oil and garlic. So I have about 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to heat it up right now. And I'm going to use 1.5 cloves of garlic. I'm going to add the rapini broccoli. I washed them several times. They are wet, so the olive oil is going to splatter a bit. So you have to be very careful. Turn down the heat. It will quiet down as they begin to cook. It's important that the rapini are wet and have liquid in it. While the rapini are cooking, I'm going to start making the side dish for the rapini. And I'm using a fresh Italian sausage. I'm going to cut straight down and remove the skin off the sausage like this. And what I like to do, I like to flatten this so it's easier for it to cook. You could either fry this in a frying pan or put it in the oven to broil. But you have to be very careful that it doesn't burn. I want to check the rapini. They begin to reduce. They become nice and soft like this. Stir them. Make sure they don't burn at the bottom because again, there is some water from the rapini. So the temperature is really important. So I'm putting down to medium-low as not to burn. The rapini are not yet cooked. Once they begin to cook, they begin to change color. These are the sausages that I will be serving with the rapini broccoli, and I'm going to put them in the oven. Now I'm checking how rapini are moving along. They're becoming nice and soft. And now I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients, which is the salt. It's about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and some hot pepper, some pepper flakes, and some black pepper. If sometimes they become too dry at the bottom, you could put maybe a quarter glass, a little bit of water, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of water, so they don't burn at the bottom. Now, the rapini are done. The stems are cooked and are nice and soft. So these are done. So I'm going to shut this down, and now I'm going to make also some garlic bread. I want to check whether or not these are done. They look pretty nice. I just want to turn them over. With the rapini dinner, one has to have bread. So I decided to make Italian garlic bread. I have cut this large clove of garlic in half, and I'm rubbing the bread with the garlic. I'm going to brush the bread with olive oil instead of using butter, which is the traditional way of doing it. I'm going to use some oregano and then put it in the oven for about just a minute or two until it gets nice and crispy. You set the oven about 375, and for a very short half minute you put it on broil so it gets nice and crispy. And so this is the final product. We have the rapini, the sausage, and the Italian garlic bread. And this is the way I would serve it, just like this. And it's in a meal in itself. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Arrivederci, alla prossima volta.